that you're well. I miss you guys and I hope that you're being super good for moms and dads and listening and staying safe and healthy. And I miss you guys and I can't wait to see you when we get back to school. So hopefully only a few days left. Today I'm going to read you a story. This story is called Totally Bored Borris. Borris had played with all of his toys. He had read all of his books. But now he didn't know what to do next. He thought and he thought, but he could think of nothing to do. Borris was totally bored. Borris hoped that his mother would do something with him. "I'd love to," said his mother, "but I promised your little sister I would help her bake some cookies." "Why don't you help us?" "No, no, no," cried Borris. "I hate my sister and I hate baking cookies." And he stomped back to his room. Borris could hear happy noises coming from the kitchen. The chattering and the laughing made him feel even worse. He decided to go to his treehouse. But as soon as Borris climbed his treehouse, he saw there was nothing to do. It was as boring as being back in his room. "What can I do? What can I do?" he asked himself over and over and over again. There was lots of things he didn't want to do, but nothing that he really wanted to do. Suddenly, a huge cardboard box came walking by. From inside came the little voice of Borris's sister chanting, "I'm on my way to build a castle, but no one will know where it is. It's a secret." From his tree, Borris could see exactly where she was going. "Building a castle," he thought. "What a boring idea. If I had that box, I'd make a spaceship out of it." Soon, Borris saw everyone pasting cutouts and buttons on the castle and painting pictures on the walls. Borris knew what he would have done instead. A spaceship would need rockets and aerials and lots of other things. But then he remembered that he was much too bored to do anything anyway. The next thing, Borris saw his sister and her friends carrying streamers and crepe paper. "I guess they're going to have a party," Borris thought. "So what? I hate parties." But he kept watching them from his treehouse. "Mother gave us all her old jewelry and clothes to play dress up in," his little sister said very loudly as she passed under Borris's tree a few minutes later. "I'll be a princess. But you won't see it," she added. Of course he would see it, Borris thought to himself, and he acted as if he weren't even interested. The dressing up sounded very noisy and cheerful. Borris imagined what he would dress up as if it were his party, a spaceman or even an alien. But then Borris saw that the others were having a good time anyway. That made him feel more out of sorts than ever. When they posed so the princess could take a snapshot, Borris threw twigs down at them, but they were having too good a time to even notice. Borris couldn't bear it any longer. He picked up his trumpet and he blew it as loud as he could. Bwah! Then again and again. Bwah! Bwah! Then he stopped. There was silence. There was no talking or giggling. The trumpet noise had worked. It had put an end to their silly, fun party. Borris felt pleased with himself. But suddenly he heard his name called from down below. "Borris, a trumpeter, is what a royal feast needs," called one of the guests. "How about it? Will you be the king's trumpeter?" Borris was about to say something very rude, but then he thought for a moment and said, "Maybe I could be the trumpeter, but I'll only do it if I get 20 cookies." "How about 3? asked his sister, looking at the almost empty bowl. "Okay," said Borris, "that's a fair price, and he climbed down from the tree. The party turned out to be fantastic. The trumpeter trumpeted, the king drummed, the royal court danced, and Borris forgot all about his boredom and nothing-to-dos. But he did not forget about the cookies, which the princess had especially saved for him. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I hope that you guys are not feeling too bored at home. I hope you're doing all your work and practicing and enjoying time with mums and dads and brothers and sisters. And I love you lots, and I can't wait to see you when we go back to school.